Hello, Nasro. First one up. Adarsh. Adarsh. Have we talked before? Is it the first time you're here? The name is rather fresh, but I do remember something. Cat Super Queen. Good afternoon, dear. So it's the first time, right? Adarsh, I'm right. Oh, fourth time. So naturally, I'm totally out of it. Nasro says, Can beloved, I'm number one finally. Love it, my dear. Yeah, but it's funny. The first thing came out of your mouth when you were first to tune in. It says, Hi, Teresa. So you might be in the wrong live stream. Because this is not Teresa's live stream. This is Mehran's live stream. Adarsh says, a little question for you. Can money buy you everything? Nothing can buy you everything, but money can buy you lots of things. Kirilla, hello dear, how are you? Remember guys, I don't necessarily remember where you guys tuning in from and how old you are. And if your screenshot doesn't show me, I wouldn't know even if you're man or woman. So it would be wonderful if you observe the protocol and let me know with your question that you are tuning in from where, how old you are, if you're man or woman, if your picture doesn't make it clear. Hello, Ayush. Tim Ramon says, can exes be friends? The key question here is can. Yes, they can. But the real question is why? Why should they? What for? They didn't know each other. They got to know each other. They became more friends. They became very friendly. They got in a relationship. They became boyfriend, girlfriend. Then it broke up. So now why do you want to be friend? You want to come back here? So where is after it? You already seen what after it was. It was a relationship, then it broke up. Then why do you want to be friend again? What's after it? You already were friend. You know what's after it. So what's the future of it? So it's redundant and waste of time if you guys have already tried and tried and tried and see that it's just not gonna go anywhere, or at least last for whatever long it lasts. But remember, it may have been that what it was, the duration. Everything physical and everything in this life has a duration, and a relationship has a duration in most cases as well. And when the duration is over, they try to get it back. Why? That was its lifespan. Now go on, explore other things. If it's working, great, stay together. If it's not working, then why do you want to stick it together? Because of all these things that we've talked about, which you have over 1,000 videos on my channels, which mostly we've talked about these sort of things, at least about 800 videos of it. And all the other reasons that you want to keep your memory, act as your actuality, and you want to live in your memory because memory is the field of the known. There's no shock in it. Everything is known. It's where the mind feels secure. So because of the memory, because how your mind feels in that order, in that mechanical process, you want to get back the girlfriend or the boyfriend. But in fact, it's not them that you want to be with again. It's just that you want to create that the same situation and environment where your mind, like it is in your memory, would feel an order, would feel comfortable, secure. That's what you're after. That's why you want to get her back or get him back. But in reality, you should realize you can create the same situation and same security, same order in your mind and comfort zone with another relationship, and see how long that would last, and hopefully longer than this one. It's simple. Adash says, from India, male, 24 years old, and he adds, you have changed my life in ways you have no idea about. Well, I'm delighted that you have enjoyed the channel and the talks and the videos, and I hope that you will make serious effort to share the videos you like on your social media, let the people know about this channel, and help us to grow, as we want to reach a lot more people and help them to feel good about themselves and have happy lives, and at the same time grow here so we can have a lot more subscribers, and then I could devote more time to this, what I believe it's how I feel I could be helpful to people in this journey of life. David, hola Mehran, he says, age 23, Dallas, Texas. Hola, David. And Nasro says, what I was trying to say was, hi there. I see. And yes, I know, it's Mehran live stream. Very funny. Tim Ramon says, thank you. Keep up the good work. I sure will. Tim, thank you. Ayush Raj says, how to stay focused during my study. Stay focused. As simple as that. It's like saying, how can I not be distracted by things outside my field of vision? Well, don't turn your head that way, and train your eyes on that what you want to see and focus on. That's how. Meaning, there are always distractions. Just as you're looking at one angle, one corridor of a field of vision, that is what you have chosen. But that doesn't mean nothing else exists. You have trained your eyes on that direction. But there are lots of other targets, lots of other things that you can see. But you choose to see it here. You choose to focus in here because you direct your intention of visibility of something, of your eyes, toward that certain thing that you have a certain reason to pay attention to. So that's what you do with seeing things. You should be able to do the same thing when you're studying by simply not paying attention to what you don't want to pay attention. It's like if I say, oh, I can't pay attention to this while I pay attention to this. Well, don't pay attention to this. Just focus and train your eyes on this, what you want to see for certain purposes and reasons. When you study, there are lots of things come to your mind, lots of things that wants to take your attention. You simply pass by them and focus. Constantly bring your focus. Be aware with the now, on the now, with the life, with the movement of energy, and keep bringing your attention to what it is you want to read. Focus totally, visualize, understand the meanings. Don't just read. See the meaning of what you're reading. Be with the meaning of what you're reading. Therefore, pay full attention to what you're reading, what you're doing. Bring your attention there, so that naturally eliminates your attention going outwardly to other things and dissipating from what you're trying to focus on. Now, he continues. There's so many things that starts coming to my mind during my study, and I got distracted. For example, thinking about my ex, world savior. Yeah, I think I answered that. Plus the fact that you should understand why. Why is it not important, or why is it important to you to think about X? You know, we do things and think about things for a reason that gives us something. You got to focus on what does it give you. Importance, security, feeling good about yourself, and all that distraction comes because you think you've missed something, you've lost something. You focus on that. What have you lost? What is it that you think it's so devastating that you've lost? What? Think it through. Think it through. Don't believe what I'm saying. See it inside yourself. What is it that you want your ex-girlfriend for? Is it food for survival? No. Is it water? No. Is it wisdom? No. Is it something you gotta have so you can pay the rent? No. Is it something that you can build your future on? No. What is it that makes you feel she's so important? What is it? Ayush? What is it? Pleasure. Pleasure. That's all. That's all. If she's not your wife, you don't have children with her, what is it that makes her so important? We just proved it's not her, because she's not able to cure the common cold. She's not bringing you money to pay the rent. She's not your food to survive. She's not the water. She's not your ability to sleep. She's not your wisdom. So why is it that you think she's so important? It's your desire for pleasure that makes her important. By herself, she's not important. We just proved it. But you desiring her for the purpose of how you get to feel, how you get to feel secure, psychologically secure, warmth, friendly, you have intimacy, you have sex, you have feeling of importance that you're conditioned to think you gotta be in a relationship so others will think of you as a winner, not a loser. All these conditionings that you have received makes you think that that is what you need to achieve, and that achievement comes with her. You think it's her, but it's your desire and your conditioning that makes her seem important. By herself, she's not bringing you anything other than that fulfilling your desire through the things, intimacy, pleasure, which can be offered and can be fulfilled by any other good choice that is out there that meets your standards, any other woman. So it is not the girlfriend that is on her own so important. It is your desire for fluffing your ego based on your conditioning. It is your desire for intimacy. It is your desire to feel more. It is your desire, for whatever reason it is, that you feel you want to be with that girl, that makes you think that girl is that important. On her own, she is not. It is your desire that makes her important. Because for the same reason, there's so many other girls out there that you don't desire them, so therefore they don't seem important to you. You don't feel devastated because you don't have them. You don't care. So whatever you desire becomes important. The importance of things and people is equal to your need and desire for them. So you take the desire. If you understand all that, and then you simply take the desire out, then you don't feel devastated, and you don't feel distracted, and your thoughts won't go to her while you're studying or whatever else it is doing, because you've understood why you think of her. Then it's easier to be free and move on. David says, hey, I really like your new thumbnails. They look great. Yes, I agree with you. All thanks to Olga. Hail Olga. First, Alper helped me we moved it to a different level, and then once we reached that level, we wanted still do something different, and Olga has been able to bring that to life for us. We are taking a stroll on the evolution of developing the channel more attractive. Thumbnails. Tuta says, Mehran, how to stop myself that I don't send her a message again? Exactly as I just responded to Ayush, by understanding why is she important. And if you listen or watch what I just responded to Ayush, which I will turn it into a single trimming by itself, perhaps we call it, why is she so important to you, or something like that. I'll figure out the thumbnail and then that should help you guys out. Remember guys, please click on the like of the stream. We need to be recognized, and I really would like to stress on the fact that if you guys really finding these live streamings helpful, I want you to make serious effort to share the videos that you like, whatever the topic is, whether it's on relationships, breakups, or it's the part about how thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego affects our day-to-day negotiation of life. Is it from the playlist Psyche, or other playlists or videos that you've watched? Share them, talk about it, somehow promote the channel. If you got somebody in any kind of, I don't know, broadcasting, news, or whatever site, other sites that they want to, you can get them to promote what we do. Please do. We need all that in order to move forward. Vivi says, hi Mehran, I understood after my divorce nearly a year ago the real reason behind it. I found out that it was because of another guy. How to deal with the fact that my ex-wife lied to me in the face. People do. Why wouldn't you? Why would you be surprised? You would be surprised if you have, which you have, most of us do, think of your woman as an angel, as pure love, loyalty, kindness, class, manners, wisdom, and on top of the world. And this is what all of us do. Why? Can you guys respond to why? Why do you do that? Why do we do that? Or the ones who did do that? What is the most important thing in life to you? What is the most important thing in life to you? I wish this was a back and forth live conversation so I could instill these thoughts in you guys and we could have a discussion. But in here, there's be lots of time wasted if I wait. So I have to just go on and tell you. What is the most important thing in your life? The me. The me. The you, the center of you, who you are, your consciousness, how you are. The me is the most important thing in life. Regardless of who you love or who you sacrifice yourself for and whatever you think it is, ultimately none of that exists if you don't exist. So ultimately, the most important thing in life is you, the me. So, if that's the case, would you think that you would then deserve to have the best of the best of the best of anything in the world? And so therefore, if you have a girlfriend, because it is your girlfriend and you are the me, the most important thing in your life, you're going to make her the most important thing in life as far as qualities, wisdom, beauty, intimacy, everything. Not because she really is, because you are, through making her that such a big anomaly, you are actually making yourself big. Because if you're that great, then what you have should be the best. And since never it is, you make her the best. Because through making her the best, that I have the best, that means you are the best. In fact, you're giving homage to yourself by putting her on pedestal and making her a big deal. You're making yourself a big deal in your mind by saying, this tea is the best tea in the world. Why? Because it's mine, and I'm the most important thing in my mind. So what I'm having must make it to be the most important thing, so I would feel even greater. So when I do that, and I actually believe that, because I keep doing it, because I want to fluff my own ego, whether I notice it or not, that's why I'm making her and fluffing her to be the biggest thing. Then when it doesn't work, she leaves or you guys break up, you actually think you've lost the biggest thing in life, most important thing in life, and more important than you, that you somehow created that feeling in yourself, that she's even more important than you. Through that, you wanted to actually make yourself become more important. And now that it's broken up, you think, wow, how could that be? That's devastating. I must have her back in order to regain my status, my stature that I had created of myself in my mind by myself. So that's why you put her in such a place, because you want to put yourself in such a high place. So you are shocked because you say, how could what I have chosen was not the perfect? It's impossible. But the reality is that everybody could do that sort of stuff. Lie to your face, cheat you, but what the image that you have made out of her makes it to you in your mind an anomaly, an impossibility, an outrageous thing, a devastating thing, if she would have lied, because you created that image of her that she was perfect. Why? Because you wanted to make yourself feel perfect. So you created what you have is to be the best and the most important and the most perfect. So you would then in turn accomplish that mission that you have to be more and to be perfect and to be so full of yourself, because you believe the me is the most important thing. So what the me has is the most important thing. So she was, therefore she's beyond the lying. She's beyond cheating. She's a human being. What you have made out of her in your mind does not represent her reality and actuality. She is a human being with all the faults that we all and the others could have. If you notice what really she is, then you would be fine with whatever the hell has happened, she has done, or if you're a lady, he has done. Just reverse it to fit your situation, relationship, because it's true in all cases. So that is why you're now so devastated or appalled or surprised how to deal with the fact that my ex-wife lied to me in the face. Who gives a fuck? Who do you think she is? You made her in your mind something that she never was, because you wanted to fluff your own ego, as we discussed. If you get over that, then it's like you peel the onion and you can see really what's inside. More onion. All right, let's move on. I hope that gives you something to think about. Vivi, again, don't forget, guys, I want to know where you're tuning in from and how old you are, and if you're a man or a woman. I think Vivi is 30 years old, male from California, I think, but I don't remember everything. So remind me, please, when you ask a question. Shemura Bululu says, hi Mehran, if boy breaks up with girl due to problems in relationship and due to breakups, if he feels happy and girl feels dumped, depressed, does that mean boy is bad, selfish, and girl is good, or vice versa? Should one partner feel guilty for causing tears to other as she couldn't handle breakup? If the girl breaks up with the boy for whatever reason, would you still say the girl is bad and the boy is good, or any of this sort of question? Why is it that when the girl breaks up with the guy, it's okay in the eyes of the people because she's a girl? She must have had a reason. Why is it not that if a guy breaks up with the girl, it could also be the fact that he had a reason? It wasn't working out for him. Can boys not have right to choose or unchoose? Why? If you solve that in your head, then you will be fair to think that if two people, whether it's a girl or a guy that breaks up, they have tried to be together, it didn't work out, one of them is not happy, for whatever reason, what should they do? Pretend they're happy? That's unreasonable expectation. So neither one is bad, neither one is good, as long as they don't abuse each other physically or emotionally, play games and so on, and simply be truthful to each other and say, look dear, it doesn't work, or somehow for whatever reason, they don't have to hurt each other, just say, okay, I don't know, you don't have enough money, or you're not pretty enough, or you're good looking. To each other they talk. They just simply say, it's not working, I'm looking for something else, and we tried, but somehow we don't seem to be a match on consciousness level, and then they move on. Simple. So if you think it that way, it should be okay either way. Now, Arijit Seal says, Mr. Mehran, how did you get into helping people who are going through breakups? Simple. I remember how it was when I was young, and I remember when my son broke up with his girlfriend, one after the other, here and there, and like every few years or every 6 months, whenever it happened, we talked, and he said to me that, stuff that you're talking about, it's very helpful. So I thought there would be lots of other people in the world who would be at a certain age, young or old, and it could be helpful to them. So, and I thought that venue of relationship would be the best excuse or field for me to share what I really am trying to share with you guys. I'm using this universal challenge of breakups, that everybody shares this experience. I'm using this as a common ground in order to help you understand your own psyche. My whole intention is not just about helping you with your breakups. My whole intention is to help you to understand the you, who you are, how you've been put together, what you're all about, and what thought means, what consciousness means, what is the relationship between the two, what fear means, where does that come from, what is the relationship between thought and consciousness and you, what is desire, where does that come from, what does it take for desire to be born, what is the relationship between desire and you, your consciousness, your thoughts and fear, what is your ego, where does that come from, how is that born, what does it have to do with your thoughts, your consciousness, your ego, your desire, and your fears, and you. Therefore, when you understand how they interact, how they work together, how they affect your daily lives, then you understand who you are. When you understand who you are, then you understand why you react the way you do. In everything, including your relationships and including other things that you negotiate in your daily life. That is my intention. Now, I use this venue, which you all can share and have things in common and recognize and identify with. It's a universal thing. And I feel that's the best vehicle for me to help you understand who you are, how you're put together, why the way you feel the way you feel, why you swim the way you swim in this ocean, and why you're affected the way you're affected, and what to do about it, how to understand it. That's why. So started with that, helping my son at a very young age for, a relationship with his girlfriend when it wouldn't work out, when he would want to break up. And then it moved on to helping others. And then I thought it would be the best venue to use it to help people, share with people what I have researched and found out to things that could be helpful to people as far as they could get to know themselves and what they're all about. Nasro says, Nasro, Atlantic City, New Jersey, age 20, but I was thinking about this time you're memorized to everyone already, but hey, we can fresh it up your memory every time we are. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So many people that I talk to, I just remember some. Ra Karina says, hello dear Mehran, hello dear. And she says, I agree with Adarsh. Adarsh, what did Adarsh say that you agree with? Let me see, where's Adarsh? Where is Adarsh? What did he say? Adarsh says, you have changed my life in ways you have no idea. Ah, I see. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm delighted that I've had or could have had some small role in you guys feeling better in your lives. Roxana says, Roxana, I lost Roxana. Roxana says, hello, Roxana. Shemura Bululu says, does that mean boy is bad and selfish and girl is good, or vice versa? Oh, we discussed that already. Kirilla says, I want to ask you why people allow to lose respect for each other in a relationship, which leads to ruining it. Why people lose respect for each other. I want to ask you why people allow to lose respect for each other in relationships, which leads to ruining it. I think it has a lot to do with pleasure, ego, and desire. And of course, fear comes to it as well. But the main culprit here would be ego and pleasure. Ego because you expect, because you think you're me, you're the most important thing in the world, and you have a certain image of yourself in your own mind, and you want that image to be respected, to protected, to be recognized by others. So it will make you feel comfortable if they see you in the same light and image that you see yourself in your mind, and you expect them to see you. And if you are not in a relationship you're talking about, so if you are not giving them the pleasure that they hope to have received from their relationship, they will stop seeing you as the image that you would have liked them to see. You would consider that disrespect because they're now attacking what you think you are, an image that you've created of yourself. Now, regardless of the fact that it's not, but that's what you have created and you believe that's what you are. And they are not getting the kind of pleasure that they expected it for the reasons that their expectations must have been unreasonable or could have been unreasonable, or whatever has happened, that they don't see that they're getting what they used to be getting. Are we disconnected? So somehow they don't seem to think that they're getting what they were hoping for as far as pleasure, provisions, things they expected that the relationship to give them, happiness. And they find you to be the reason for that. So they start seeing you differently than they used to see you, which was in compliance with the image you had created of yourself in your own mind. When that happens, you feel your ego is no longer fluffed the way it should be, the way you expected it, and you feel you're disrespected. Then you will also lose respect for them because you fail to see them in the image that you used to see them as in your own mind. The image that they were trying to portray themselves as for you to see them. And because you don't see them in the same image again, you lose respect for them as a result. So this whole respect business that comes down because either one of you no longer is receiving the kind of pleasure that you were expecting to receive in this relationship. And because of that, your images of each other have changed in each other's mind, which in turn affects the level of respect you had for each other, which keeps as a continuous action becomes less and less and less to the point that you can't stand each other. But you're the same person, and this one is the same person. Your images have caused you guys to modify how you used to see each other, which was all illusory to begin with. But that illusory image, which was satisfactory to you both, would give you the kind of pleasure that you would want to receive from each other. It was all okay. But when the images changed, the level of pleasure changed, and the images changed, and it continuously spiraled down, and then it ruined the relationship. At least that's what I think at this moment. There's a lot more into it why they lose respect for each other. A lot more about how they want to feel big, and one way to feel big is to destroy whatever else is there. Just like what I used to say, there are two ways to have the tallest building in town. One is to destroy all other buildings. Then you will seem to be the tallest. So when they want to be more and they can't on their own, they try to knock somebody else down. They're not satisfied and happy in their life, and they don't feel good about themselves, so they start picking on and disrespecting their partner, somebody else, to feel good about themselves. And that results a domino effect. I mean, reactory effect. The other person will say, well, you don't respect me, I don't respect you. And they try to defend their image, and that's what they're expecting, and so on and so forth. So then the other one is their expectations of pleasure. The other one is their expectations of having their ego fluffed. The other one is their expectations of creating a psychological security for themselves, and somehow they come to believe that this is not going to get them there. So the fear of not getting them makes them to stop respecting the other one as much as they used to. Are we still connected, guys, or not? I have a red line here, so I don't know what that means. So anyhow, that is a long discussion that we could go on and on, but I think maybe we can stop here and go on to the next question. Karila, I hope that was some beginning for you to ponder on. Cat Super Queen says, I have a stupid question. All right. How do you stop yourself from swearing? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm sorry, I couldn't stop myself from swearing. Well, all you have to do is just be mindful of what is coming out of your mouth and what is the purpose of it and what emotions you receive from it. Is it a way for you to express your emotions, or could you express your emotions better by using a word which is descriptive but not necessarily a choice word? And you train yourself to replacing the words that gives you positive emotions instead of angry or reactive emotions. And then you become more attentive to what's being uttered out of your mouth, and then you will change them to words that you don't want it to be coming out or representing you. And like anything else, the more you do of it, the more it becomes your habit. You keep using these words constantly, then they will replace most other words that could describe your emotions. And you think you're actually expressing your emotions, but really it could have a double edges effect, and could be offensive, or could be out of context, or could be taken out of context. So it's best if you try to use them as an auxiliary word when you want to stress something in a different way, or depending on what the venue is and what the circumstances are. So it wouldn't be your habit of using the F word or S word or whatever it is. So focus on what it is that you want to express, and try to replace your emotions, receiving the emotion you want to receive from different words, and also pay attention to what's coming out of your mouth, and then change them before they come out if that is not what you want to say or use. Carpe Diem says, good afternoon. Hello. Long time, Carpe Diem. Says, good afternoon, Mehran. Once again, no notification from YouTube. Really? Huh. You're like a second father figure to me. Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you for the compliment, Carpe Diem. I wonder why you don't receive the... have you pressed the bell and used the option of always rather than sometime? And you know, I have boosted the live conversations on my Facebook page, so we expect to have a little bit more people getting to know about us. So I wonder. I hope you guys are all found my Facebook page, Mind That Seeks Truth Author, or Mind That Seeks Truth Books. Both are my Facebook page. Please go on Facebook page and be there, because all the posts of the live talks will be there, whether it's half an hour before, an hour before, or a day before. Now I have boosted it as every day 10 to 12. It could be here and there depending on what how long I had to stay up the night before for Skype consultations around the world and when I slept, but usually in the past week I've tried to have 3-4 consecutive live talks every day, all starting at 10 o'clock a.m. Vancouver time. So we're trying to give it a little bit of a discipline and schedule, and so hopefully that will help. But please go on my Facebook page and do click on the like page and, you know, be part of it, so we'll be more in touch. Hans Prohl, that's a new name. I don't think you've ever been here, have you? Or have I forgotten? He says, he or she, Hans should be he. Hi Mehran, he says, long question. I told my partner the truth. Maybe I went too far. How do I get the guilty feeling under control? Guilty feeling about what? About that you told the truth? There's no guilt there. So please elaborate and let me know where you're tuning in from, how old you are, and if you're a man or woman. That helps me out. I appreciate that. That's the protocol we have here, and I'd be grateful. And it will help me to deliver it better, communicate better, to know, you know, if you're a man or woman, how old you are, where you're tuning in from, so maybe I consider the background, culture, or something like that. So elaborate on your question, Hans, so I would know what it is that could be guilty feeling. Telling the truth is not feeling guilty. Feeling guilty about what? Ali Saad says, it's been 2 years, man. It's not getting better. You are not making it better. By itself, it wouldn't get better. The more you think of it, the more it will linger in your mind. And if you don't understand why you feel the way you feel, if you don't focus on the things that I have shared with you on 1,000 videos on this channel about how your psyche is put together, about why you desire someone, about why she's so important to you, about all these reasons that why you want her back. I'm just assuming you're a man and she's a woman. Let's see, Ali. Well, that's a man's name. So if you don't understand those, then you'll always have this puzzling thing linger in your head, that why is it not going away? Because you don't want it to go away. You keep thinking about it. You keep asking yourself questions. You keep wondering if your worth and value is connected to her choices. You keep thinking that she's better than you. You keep thinking that she is your worth and value, her choices. You keep thinking that pleasure, intimacy is the only thing that makes you feel and could make you feel as good as you should about what this life is all about. And she was the only qualified one. Oh, you have created all this image of her, you can't get rid of it. And when you made her so big, then having broken up that relationship with her one way or another, you think you have actually lost something so big because you made it in your mind. But not that she is. Listen to what we said earlier on and you will understand what I'm talking about. Ali. Olga says, hello, hello, Olga. The thumbnail master. Guys, you got to see our thumbnails are just out of this world. And Olga is the one responsible for them. She's so talented. And if you look at the thumbnails, you will see what I'm talking about. Nasro Ahmad says, Mehran, happy Father's Day. Your wonderful friend for all of us. Thanks. My pleasure, dear. And thank you for your thoughtfulness and your kindness and the kind words. Sandy says, happy Father's Day, Mehran. Thank you very much, Sandy. I appreciate that. And Mika says, hello, Mehran. Hello, Mika. El Haj says, hello, sir. Hello, El Haj. El Haj says, I lost El Haj. I'm 23 from Minnesota. I'm in a long distance relationship. Still that goes on? Is it normal that I always think my partner is cheating on me? She lives in New York. Well, when they behave the way you have explained to me she behaves, obviously that creates that kind of a question in your mind. But what does that teach you? Always try to find your partner in the city you're living. So you guys will have access to each other and make that relationship go somewhere by interacting. Long distance relationship, it's got very bad odds. Again, I've discussed this with in other videos, why long distance relationship has small chance to succeed. And that's simply because you are made out of mind and body. Mentally, you're satisfying each other by telephone or Skype calls. And you're at your spiffy self and all dude up and all happy, and for an hour or two you talk and you discuss and you shove in lots of topics of discussion, and it's all pleasant, and there is no reason to be mad at each other because it's only a short time you converse, and you're all at your best behavior, and all these innuendos that you talk about, intimacy, sexuality, getting to know each other, it all brings hopefulness, something for the future, and you create an image of each other which is way beyond what each one of you are, because you really don't know each other. You haven't interacted with each other physically. You don't go out together and see how you interact in the actual life and actuality of situations, interact with events and things that you encounter by going out and activities. So you think it's all that great, but you also are part of you is not all just mind, is physical, so mind and body. So how you satisfying your body expectations, your physical expectations and connections? You have none on long distance relationship. So that physical need of the warmth or a close proximity of each other, interacting physically and at close proximity to each other, is not there. And eventually somebody, because you have that need and you're mentally satisfied, so to speak, to a level because of your discussions and connection through words and communication of that sort, but your physical needs is not fulfilled. The warmth, the activity of close proximity, physical touch and connection and interactions, including eventually holding hands and kiss or intimacy of other kinds. So what happens is that part is missing. So mind and body is not really coordinated. One part, the mental part, to a certain level, once in a while is satisfied emotionally somehow, but then it's not complete because the physical part is not with it, but you still have that need as well, both of you. So eventually somebody living close proximity in the same city is going to be nearby, and you still need that physical interaction, whether if it's just having coffee or more, or tea. And then eventually you will have the propensity or the interest to pursue this physical interaction need with this new person who happens to be in the same town. So eventually, as sweet as it could have seemed, it would have been incomplete relationship, this long distance relationship, and it breaks down. And somebody says, oh, the other one cheated. It wasn't really cheated, it was they were in an incomplete relationship, but their needs was of two parts, mind and body, and they had to bring the body part also in there to make themselves balance and feel they are in a relationship. And so with the one that they were physically interacting, could have a chance to actually see if they're mentally also suitable or a match or not. But the one that were mentally connected through telephone or Skype and all that, there was no way for them to coordinate and bring about the physical part that was missing. So which way they're gonna take the risk for? They're gonna cut this one off, the long distance relationship one, and pursue the physical one that is got the physics beside them, and then see where that goes. And then when if it didn't work, they come back to you. So that's why a long distance relationship usually have a smaller odd to succeed than the other way around. Mika says, the ex called me out of the blue. He basically said he called to see how I was doing. Really? He ended things 1.5 years ago, it hurts to hear from him. He talked a lot about himself. Huh. I don't know. You gotta have a certain principles. If somebody breaks up with you and you were there for your partner, whether you're a girl or you're a woman or a man, you were there for your girlfriend or you were there for your boyfriend, whatever, however it is, and your ex broke up with you, but you didn't want to break up, but he or she broke up with you, shouldn't allow it to come back. That's it. Gone. Bye. Because that will possibly happen again. And even if it doesn't happen, that means the person committed to something and then uncommitted, then wants to commit again. That means he or she doesn't know what the shit he's trying to do or what he wants. So he's coming back because he couldn't find, or he failed on the other relationship. Now he wants to bring himself to a balance using you. You don't know. Maybe it's legitimate, maybe not. Either way, when things got tough and he or she wasn't there to hash things out, compromise and grow together, and just went off his or her own way, I don't think that's someone that you want to get back with. It may be okay, I don't know. It depends on your decision and your circumstances. But in general, that would be basically would be the right thing to think. Or, I don't know, I could be wrong. Who knows? There are different circumstances. You gotta find out, why the hell is he calling you after a year and a half? What's happening until now? Why did he break up? Why is he coming back? There are two questions. Why did he break up? Why is he coming back? What is his motivation? What is it that he's suddenly feeling you, the same person that he broke up with, is now the top of the line to be with? Why? Is it because he actually believes that? Or is it because he has failed in things and he doesn't think of himself as much as he used to, and now he's settling down? Either way, it's not complimentary to you. You may think it is because you were hurt because somebody left, and then you thought you're less than what you used to be, because when somebody comes, you think you're more. Somebody leaves, you think you're less. That's how you felt. Now, you feel like, oh, see, I knew I was good enough. He's coming back. But the question is, who is he that's supposed to give you value by coming in and make you feel not so valuable by having gone out? You are giving him more kudos and brownie points and credit than you give to yourself. And that's where the problem is. Once you know yourself better and you know where your value and worth is coming from, then you would not associate that value and worth to your partner. And therefore, you will make your decision based on how you guys match and how he or she is qualified to be with you, rather than how you feel when you get this person back to feel good about yourself as an indication that you're more, you're good, you're qualified, you're affirmed, and how you feel if you are not. So you got to clear that in your head and be independent, and then make your decision on who's qualified, who's not. Not on the basis of what you think of him, what you hold them for, what you consider them to be as the measuring stick for worth and value. Then that sways you, and that interferes with your decision or consideration of who they are, and what their effect should be on you, and if their choices means anything in you personally, and should it or not. Vivi says, live talk with Mehran is better than the World Cup. Oh my goodness. Thank you. That's a big compliment. I watched a game yesterday. It was good. Mika says yes, still connected. Oh, okay, that's the answer to that. Nasra says you are right, Vivi. Okay, this is not for me. Karila says great answer. Thank you very much. You're quite welcome, Karila. Nasra says you're still connected. Oh, I see the answer for that. Hans says no. No for what? I forgot the question, so I don't know what the answer is for. Hans says the whole relationship is marked by passion and the fight for love. 100-kilometer capital distance, spatial distance, and so on. She now quit in the effect of my truth. The whole relationship is marked by passion and the fight for love. Not really. Should be no fight. Should be mutual. One side doesn't have to try harder than the other side. That's not love. That's one side is trying to convince the other side that I'm good enough or come with me. When it gets to that point, it's lopsided. The whole relationship is 100-kilometer distance and so on. She now quit in the effect of my truth. What was that truth? What is it that you think? Anyhow, whatever it is, truth or not truth, I don't know. When I don't know, I can't really respond to that, Hans. But as I mentioned above, before, long-distance relationship would have those challenges that I described. So perhaps that was one of the main things that she was waiting for, to get an excuse maybe. I don't know. And your truth was the excuse possibly. But reasons could have been something else in the works. Nasra says, a couple months ago, you given me advice, which was leave my 47-year-old boyfriend. However, now he's obsessed with me and don't know what to do about this situation. What should I do? Well, I told you what you should consider. I can't tell you what to do. It is you ultimately make the decision. I can only be a catalyst for you all and tell you and share with you an opinion, and whether you take that opinion and ponder on it or not, that's your decision. So I'm not interfering with you. But as if you asked me, my answer was, you're 20-year-old, a 47-year-old man. I explained to you in detail why you would not be the lady of the house or the lady of the relationship, and you would just be someone who is so infatuated by going out with someone much older that makes her feel like she's a woman, a shortcut to womanhood, shortcut to advancement and improvement in your life and worth and value and where you want to be. It's a shortcut rather than you work for it. Through your 20s, through your age, through experiences you gain, through mistakes and experiences that you gain in life, challenges that you see, and you become the woman that you are supposed to become in time, with proper training that you will give yourself. And then you will be that amazing woman that you want to be by a shortcut, being with an older man to feel you're such a developed and adult woman that you can be in a shortcut by just being with an older man. But that older man have gone through all kinds of things that you still want to experience, and you would pretty much would not have much power in light of supposedly his wisdom in your eyes, because you're just beginning to learn things in life, but in your eyes he's so wise and experienced, and all the things that he says to a 45-year-old woman is not a special thing, but to you, because the 45-year-old woman or 40-year-old woman already has lots of experience and knows that these are not really special. These are something normal. But to you, that difference between your knowledge, experiences, wisdom, and his possibly would make you so impressed. And therefore you think, oh, it's the right choice. But it's not. It's too old for you. I don't care what. For him, you are a fresh, young 20-year-old that he's proving something to himself, that he's still got it. And if that's the motivation, which probably is one of the major motivations, we can't really see that your 20-year-old excitement and energy and expectations of life meets with the 47-year-old's excitement and energy and expectation of life and wisdom and experiences. It's not a match. So whatever it is, it's not going to end well. In 10 years, you're at age 30, prime of your life. He'll be at 57 years old. He wouldn't give a shit about the stuff that you would be interested at that age. He can't. And naturally and rightfully so. He wants to do certain things that he's already done, and it's all new to you. And then it's going to break down. And maybe there's a child involved then too. It's going to be hell broken loose. So right now, both of you, you should stop thinking about how it makes you feel to be with such a older man, established man, or whatever it is, I don't know about him. And he should stop thinking about what a catch, I still got it. And then focus on a more reasonable choices and your experiences in life. And that would be more logical. So that's what I have to say about that. You make your own decision. Rohan says, good morning, Mehran, from Mumbai. Good morning, Rohan. That means it's after 1 o'clock in India. That's why you say good morning. First, last. That's a new name. First time at the live stream, right? Hello from India. Thanks for guiding us, sir. You're welcome. Let me know how old you are, if you're a man or woman. Hans says, I'm 48. She's the same. We both turned out of 16-year-old marriage. I think she has a borderline. I told her. Hans, you either want to tell me something or you don't want to tell me something. If you do want to tell me something, then say it. Sprech. Completely, so I can understand. Just give me a hint, a little bit, and not enough. So, what? Borderline what? Did you tell her that she's borderline bipolar or depressed, or what did you say to her? I don't understand the rest of the question, sentence. And each were married before for 16 years and now you have found each other, or have you been married for 16 years together and now you're separating? I'm not quite clear. So, and let me know where you're tuning in from, Hans. Your name sounds German to me, but I'm not sure, so help me out. Oh, here it is. Hans says, I told my partner the truth. Maybe I went too far. How do I get the guilty feeling under control? Yeah, okay, but I don't know what you said, so I can't make any comment, Hans. I'm sure you understand. Ich verstehe nicht. I think that's how I would say it in German, if you're German. Otherwise, sorry. So first last says, sir, could you please tell us how many times true love or genuine relationship is possible? Actually, my ex ditched me and told me he got his final. He told me that he is again in love. Now she's his 5th girlfriend. We were in 4-year relationship and he moved on within a week. I feel stupid for loving and trusting him. And now he is happy with his fifth true love. Please guide. Now I'm feeling used and stupid. I'm behaving like a stupid person, unable to control myself. Going to psychiatrist. Just want to ask how many times true love is possible. First last, I'm 27-year-old girl. You're 27-year-old. You're so young and at the prime of your life. You shouldn't have any worry about any of these sort of things. Number one. Number two, I have a video on this channel that talks about, is it final? You can write that down. Is it final? Or you can say, does love happens only once? Does love happen only once? Something like that. Or, you know, if you search it, it will come to you and you'll see what it is, which answers your question thoroughly. But here, I try to respond to it in a shorter way. First of all, you should not feel stupid at all. Because at the time that you guys were together, what was uttered was probably real. Because why would it not be real? That was a real feeling, how the person felt, and how he expressed it to you, and you expressed it to her, to him. So it is no doubt that at the time that you guys were expressing such feelings, it was real. So you shouldn't feel stupid. Now, the fact that he is now gone on, well, it's because he's a human being and things change. Everything in this life changes. Every moment, every molecule, every atom in the cells, in the thinking, in the experiences, in expectations, in the standards, in wisdom, in logic, in everything changes. The plants, the trees, the leaves, everything changes. So can your taste or your expectations or your emotions can change. And so can his. And if that happens, that doesn't mean you've been fooled or you're stupid, or because it's not like he was not telling you that he wants to be with you. It's not like he was acting like he doesn't want to be with you. It's not like he was not telling you that he loves you or expresses emotions to you and you're still pouring your heart out to him. No, it was when he was behaving in a different way, expressing his emotions in a positive way towards you, and you were reciprocating, and then it was going on. So there is no reason to feel stupid. There is no regret here at all whatsoever. Now, the fact that he's going on with his fifth girlfriend, who gives a shit? All it matters is that you guys were together for 4 years and it didn't work out because people change. And these 4 years is not like just because you guys are together, the world and effects of it on each one of us stops. It continues. And these relationships that today are all lovey-dovey could also change, as the same that before you guys were in a relationship, you had no interest in each other. And then you found each other and you were interested in each other, and then you changed again. If this meeting would have taken today instead of 4 years ago, maybe you two would not be interested in each other at all. Or if this relationship, which started 4 years ago, would have started 4 years before that, you guys would not have been interested at all. It happened to be in a certain time and space that you guys were both somehow able to tolerate each other or find things in common. And now, 4 years later, you guys have evolved in a certain way, one way or a different way, one of you or both of you, and then it's not working out, and it didn't work out, and he moved on. It doesn't mean that his new girlfriend is a true love and you weren't. At the time, you were the true love for him. And this today now, it's a true love for him now. But I want to caution you, neither one of them were really true love. Because what is true love? I have a video called The Love of Your Life. Do you know her? I want you to watch that. The love of your life. Do you know her? You got to understand what love is. Love is different than lust. Just because two people are together and sleep with each other doesn't mean they're in love. That could be they're in lust. Love comes when you guys bond on consciousness level. Did you ever bond on conscious level? Do you know each other's psyche? Do you know each other's upbringing, consciousness, conditionings? Do you know each other's way of thinking, the material process? Are you aware of each other's order before you guys met? How each other's order were interfering with the other one when you became a couple, and how mechanical processes changed, how this order is now changed after you guys are not together, and how that is the reason why you're disturbed, because your order is not the same as it was when you guys were together. And that will take a bit of a time, and you will create a new order through new mechanical processes, and therefore your mind will find a comfort and security again through the mechanical processes that you choose to conduct your life with, which creates an order for you. And until that happens, you feel like there's something wrong with you. But there's nothing wrong with you. You haven't done anything wrong. And this is just a normal course of events. And let the nature take its course. And don't think he was your true love just because you guys were together. So watch the video, The Love of Your Life. Did you know her, or do you know her? And watch the other one that I mentioned, which is called Is It Final? Or Does Love Happens Only Once? So these would be perhaps a good start, and I'm sure that at age 27 you will have many suitors and many other opportunities, many guys that you would actually, according to your new and improved standards, because of your experiences in your age now, stage in life, you will approve of a lot more, and you will find them more committed to you and a relationship than you were. Try to bond on consciousness level and not just physical interactions and just the shallow, illusory stuff being the reason for your happiness. Find your happiness within you by yourself, independent from your relationship, and then go into a relationship after you feel you are content and happy all on your own. All right, a lot more to talk about, but I best stop that here. Nasra says, Mehran, I'm not going back to him. My question was, what should I do to stop him? Ah, I see. I feel like to make it a straining order cause he's following me everywhere. I'm so afraid he might be going to hurt me. Ah, well, simply send a message through a messenger. In other words, get one of your elders, not anything violent, just get some of your elders to write a short paragraph that please stop pursuing me. I am no longer interested in having a friendship with you. And have that letter, that's it. And give it to your elder, somebody who is not violent but reasonable, a man, and have this delivered, this letter, have this delivered to the person, and stay there until he opens it up, reads it, and then say bye-bye. I mean, that person who delivers it says goodbye and he leaves. And that would be an indication for him that this matter is seriously to a point that he should not contact you anymore. And you simply get off of any social media with him, and that would be the end of it. If that continues, then of course there are authorities that I'm sure the law of the land would help you out, and so on. Nasro, you are in the United States, are you? Well, then that's very easy. Then you should not be afraid. But do that, and if it's called for, you alert the authorities, and you will then ask them to help you, and I'm sure police will be more than happy to help you out. But you can take this first step, or, you know, one of your elders can call him and explain to him that he should not pursue you in a cordial and civilized manner. Hans, so I was right, Hans. Guten Tag. And Hans says, I said to her she has borderline. She's always I don't get that word. And Hans says, okay, thanks, I tried to reach you via consulting. Yes, that would be the best. Go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and go on, click on talk to me for consultation. You will see my picture and my son as the logo for that talk to me consultation. You can click on the picture. It'll take you to the packages that are available. And for the short time, I have announced that anyone who makes a consultation appointment, it will get double of their booking, up to 1 hour. So if you get 30 minutes, you get 1 hour. And if you get 1 hour, you will get almost 2 hours, depending on what our conversation is, but it'll be double. I'll double it to make it more affordable for you guys. And that is how we roll today. And Nasser says, I really love the way you're giving us a tough love. I can only say thank you so much, my dear Mehran. You're quite welcome, Nasser. Be good to yourself. Farah, that's a Persian name. You help me see life so much more clearly and help me get outside of my own head. Thank you. You're quite welcome, Farah. Please let me know where you're tuning in from, how old you are, and I guess obviously I can say you are a lady, so that's not the question. But your picture doesn't, it's so small, I don't see it there. But do let me know where you're tuning in from and how old you are. And you guys remember, if you guys need to speak with me one-on-one for more detail exploring your situation, help you move on, and understand your own psyche and what you're going through and why you're feeling the way you're feeling it, please go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, click on talk to me for consultation, and then book a time, and then we will explore on Skype, and then we'll get to the bottom of things. First Last says, love of your life, is it real? Thanks you. Says, is it final? That's one. And does love happens only once? That's another one. The love of your life, do you know her? Is another one. Or to this effect. First Last says, one more thing, sir. I don't know why I want to talk to his new girlfriend and want to tell her that he has cheated on me when something problem occurs in relationship and whenever a new girl shows interest in him. Don't give a shit. Just move on. Why do you want to talk to her? You think she's going to believe you? No, obviously she's going to say, well, I'm better than her, so he has chosen me. Don't give that satisfaction to that kind of bullshit. Or he's going to say that to her. Oh, well, I'm with you because you're better than all that nonsense. Don't put yourself for that. Just simply move on. Don't give a shit and don't give a damn. Simple. That's it. He's not the one that gives you your worth and value, and don't make him to be one. Just move on. Move on. There's so many wonderful opportunities, better opportunities there. Now you're wiser, smarter, and you know to expect more. And don't be a doormat and don't accept just anybody comes out of the door and says hello. They have to qualify, and you got to find out what it is that they should qualify for. What are your standards? And then don't sell yourself cheap. Simple, meaning expect quality. And First Last says, then he ditched his current girlfriend and started. No, don't give a shit about telling the other girls what they gotta open their own eyes and figure out what kind of a shit they're dealing with. So leave that alone. Farah says, I'm from England and I'm 24. Oh, Farah, is that a British name as well? Because as far as I remember, this was, no, Farah is a Persian name. In fact, was the name of our previous queen, Queen Farah Pahlavi. So at the time that Persia was a monarchy. And so anyhow, either way, Farah, I'm delighted if you're enjoying the channel. And please do share the videos you like on your social media. Help us grow and help others to know that there's support available, and in a deep manner, not just there, you'll be fine type of thing. Promote the channel, guys, as much as you can. Visit my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. There are books that I've written, and the printed books, as you know, they're, I don't know, something like $105 US and $80, and depending on which book you choose. But I've turned them all into ebooks. So nobody can tell me that I love to have the books, but they're so expensive, because Indian rupee and Australian dollar and Canadian dollar and US dollar, all these have different monetary values and exchange rates and all so on. So I've turned them all into ebooks, and the ebooks for the same book of $100 or $80 is $4.99, $5.99, and $6.99. So obviously it is not designed to make me rich, if that's what you're worried about. It is so that everybody could afford, because I want everybody, highly recommend to have the book Me, My Psyche and I. Me, My Psyche and I. Probably $5.99. It's worth a cup of tea or coffee at today's prices. So please acquire that. And if you have thoughts in your mind that comes up and you don't know where these thoughts came from, why are they there? What do they mean to you? How to manage them? What to do with them? They're called transient thoughts. And there's a book that I've written called Transient Thoughts and Me. Transient Thoughts and Me is $4.99. Very valuable, about 200 pages. And Me, My Psyche and I talks about fear, desire, thoughts, consciousness, ego, the relationship together, what they are, what it takes for desire to be born, what are the stages that it goes through, and all the other things you want to know about yourself. And this book is 360 pages. It's a big book, and there's lots of information in it. From chapter 32 to chapter 40 is all about mind, willpower, energy, and how to understand what meditation is, and how what it means for mind to have a home. Why is it not feeling secure? What is it looking for? And all these things is in that book. I highly recommend Me, My Psyche and I for everybody to have it in their library, or also the Transient Thoughts and Me. The other book is the Breakup Pain Handbook, which is based on many of the videos that we have on YouTube, and that has come to be a book on its own, which is not completely all we have covered here, but part of the stuff, and it's very valuable for you to have it handy. You just open it up and read a chapter and feel more informed about that particular concern. Now, if you want to get all three of them, I guess it comes up to 15 bucks. Two of them is something like $10. And I really do hope that you will go on my site and get Me, My Psyche and I at least. Now, having plugged the books, now I can go on. First Lass, okay, thank you, sir, very much. You're welcome. First Lass says, and your advice are, your videos are best. Okay, thank you. Farah says, my long distance ex from the US is looking at my profile online by leaving me notification to see, and it's really hurting me. He was a girlfriend. I'm sorry, Farah, I don't understand. He has a girlfriend, not was. Okay. Your long distance ex from your long distance ex. That means your boyfriend was a long distance relationship. Now that is an ex is also long distance. Or you guys were boyfriend, girlfriend living in UK and now he's gone to US. Anyhow, your ex is not in the same city that you are, I guess. That's what you probably mean. And he is in US and you're in UK. Is looking at your profile online by leaving me notifications to see. Looking at your online, and you know this because he leaves some notifications for you to see that he was checking your online profile, and it's really hurting me. I don't understand. Why is it hurting you? And he has a girlfriend. So your boyfriend, see, I'm supposed to be Sherlock Holmes here. What I get at it, what you want to say is that you had a boyfriend, and your boyfriend is not an ex, and the ex is a long distance, and he is having a girlfriend, and he's leaving you notifications so you can see him with his girlfriend. Is that what you mean? If that's the case, the answer is don't give a shit. Block him, and don't allow him to leave any kind of a message or picture or photo, neither on Messenger nor on Facebook. Just simply get out of it. Free yourself. You don't have to see it. And why should it hurt you? What does that mean? If some guy who's with another girl, what does that have to do with your worth and value and your commitment to life and your project and your hopes and aspiration in life? What does it have to do with that? Who died and left him in charge to give you your worth and value? By choosing you, you become valuable. By not choosing you, choosing somebody else, you become devaluated. What does that have to do with anything? Who the hell is he that suddenly he's the measuring stick for your worth and value? You got to understand that. You have created that desire to be with whoever who hasn't chosen to be with you or broken up with you, to be the reason for you to feel good about yourself or not, to be the reason for you to feel more or not, as per your conditioning through your life that we all have received. That when we are supposed to receive our value, worth, and value by the affirmation of the others, by the opinion of the others about us. That's how we feel more or less. And we shouldn't give it a shit, because those that you think your worth and value is dependent on their opinion about you, they're waiting for somebody else to give a good opinion about them to feel good about themselves. So the ones that you're hoping, or you're waiting, or you depend on their affirmation of you and their liking you or not liking you to feel good or bad about yourself, are actually waiting for somebody else's opinion about them to feel good or bad about themselves. So what does that leave you? It means you're really wasting your time thinking somebody who's not qualified for anything to suddenly is qualified to make you feel worthy or unworthy. That's preposterous. Don't feel that way. Move on. You're far bigger than that. Don't turn a whole experience of life into one relationship or one person's opinion about you or any person's opinion about you. That is not the way you should gauge yourself in this life. Get your confidence from your accomplishments, about your hopes and aspirations, the way you treat yourself, and the way you connect yourself with the nature and life and the purpose of life itself, and how you help the society and communities that you're living in and affect them positively, and simply find the meaning of life and value and worth of life in the life itself, in the journey, and not in things or in people or person as emotion about you or preferences and whatnot. So when you do that, your worth and value comes from that, and you become independent of people's opinions or feelings or interest or attention to you or not. You will be free from all that nonsense, and then you will choose whoever is more qualified and can have a chance to bond with you on consciousness level, rather than these shallow, illusory nonsense evaluations and measuring sticks. Farah. I hope that would be helpful to you to ponder. Farah, don't worry about if it's crashing down. I will be uploading it in 2 hours, and you can watch it, because then it would not be broadcasted, so it will be probably a clear voice. I don't know, we have a bad connection today. See, now it's green line, but before it was red line, so we have a bad connection. Don't worry, when I upload it, it will all be okay. I'll upload it within half an hour, I think, and you'll be fine. You can listen to it again. Sushant Kumar says, hi Mehran, thanks for all the insight. You're welcome, Sushant. Nasro Ahmed says, Farah is Somalian name, I think maybe not. Farah says, my name is Arabic Persian. Yes, my dad worked in Iran for a while as a surgeon. Ah, see, I knew that there was something Persian in there. Nasro says, Farah, is that true? Okay, I got it. Yes. Is American. Nasro is talking. Okay, Farah. Sushant says, male, 24 years, it's been 4 months after breakup. Still, ex calls me every week once. Whenever she calls me, speaks, it really hurts. It also hurts when I don't pick her call and ignore. Why? Why is it that you guys are such suckers when a girl breaks up with you and then she calls you, you're all there like a doormat? Look, make up your mind. You're in or out. If you're in, behave as a girlfriend. Be in a relationship full-heartedly. If you're out, don't call me. What the hell are you calling me for? Simple. If you don't have balls to say that, then you're going to be in this condition for long that it comes. It's like telling me, Mehran, I keep feeling terrible when I keep putting this needle into my arm. Well, don't fucking put that needle in your arm. You keep allowing her to call you, and you say it hurts. And if I don't ask her to call me, it hurts too. Well, it's just nonsense. You grow a pair, and then deal with your life and move on. You cannot explore the sea and find out what other islands and opportunities and fisheries and things are available in the ocean to see if you've got your boat tied to the dock. You got to cut that rope so you can go and see. You can't have both. Same thing here. Deal with it. Sushant, don't be a chicken. Go for it. Take care of yourself. Respect yourself. All right. Marco says, all the time I feel alone, always thinking of my ex. How can I enjoy all these beautiful experiences? You can when you understand what your ex should mean to you now that she's no longer with you and she's ex. And listen to the things that we talked about on this live talk. There are over 1,000 videos on my channel which addresses all these what you just said in 1,000 different ways. Why you miss your ex, why you want your ex, why you think your ex is so important, why you're hurting, why you feel the way you feel. All it has to do with understanding the relationship between your thought and consciousness. Fear, desire, and ego. Their role in your life and their role in making you what you are. Your psyche, the you, the center. When you understand all that and understand the relationship that you have created in your mind about your girlfriend and your relationship, and then you understand that it's not a mistake. You are in control. You have a choice. It's not like you have to feel this way. And there are videos that I have says why you feel the way you feel, what makes you linger and stay sad. And there's so many different, look at the playlist that I have, 65 or so playlists. Just anything that comes to your mind about how you feel, put that in the search engine of my channel. There's bound to be a video about it or 10 videos about it. Just almost anything. This channel almost now can serve you and support you and help you to understand why you feel the way you do and why you act and react the way you do after your breakup or through your life about your psyche. And if you just ask it, it will tell you. And Excalibur says, hola Mehran, hola Excalibur, good to see you here. How are you, mi amigo? Bene, va bene. I just saw the thumbnails and damn, they're so pretty. they make a fish click on the videos. Yes, these are all owed to Olga's talent. Olga is revamping all the thumbnails, and I think that would be very helpful for us to be noticed more and get more subscribers. So, go Olga. That's what we should all say. Go Olga. Sushan says, thanks, Mehran. That wise eye opener. That was eye opener. Yes, yes, yes. I hope you won't close it. Excalibur says, and I'm already laughing my eyes out because Mehran said such suckers and then said my arm hurts because I poke it with his knife. Well, then don't fucking poke. Well, yeah, that's true. David says, go Olga. There we go. That's my guy. There he is. Everybody say, go Olga. Just right there. Go Olga. Chula says hello. Okay, guys. Please click on the like of the stream, and don't forget to visit my site. Me, My Psyche, and I is the book that I want you all to have. If you haven't already, go to my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. Visit the site and also share the videos that you like on your social media, and keep watching. And I thank you for being here with me, spending your time with me. I look forward to talk to you again. And until then, be good to yourself and to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.